Good morning. This is Thomas Wright with TriStar Kennel Club, also the Harvest Cluster here in Lebanon, Tennessee. And I would like to share some information about our cluster this weekend. It's TriStar Kennel Club Memphis. They are hosting 4 all-breed shows, plus we have a host of specialties on Friday. Some of our people, first of all, I would like to thank about making this a success is my assistant, Tim McCormick. I have Brian McMillan, Virginia Wright, and Maggie Moore from Memphis. We've all have worked very hard, and I will be discussing about a lot of the work that we have done. I also would like to do a shout out to the Cumberland Hounds for their specialty, their group show today. We're hosting the Sussex Spaniels for the second time at National. The Neapolitan Mastiffs, we're hosting their 4th time National here. Some of the past that we've had has been the Curly Coats. It's been here twice. The Poolies, the Basenji National, the Anatonians, which is coming back in 2025. We've had the American Hairless. I understand 100 American Hairless last year at our show, which I didn't know there was that many American Hairless. We've helped hosted the Borbals National twice and the Portuguese Badango. This year we're also happy to have the Bassett's Regional, first here in this area. We have an Eskimo Dog, American Eskimo Dog Regional, and a Basenji Regional. And we're just thrilled. I mean, I can go on. We got a host of supported entries. I believe 25 supporting different clubs doing supported entries. Just to let you know a little bit about me and my team that I have. If you notice, I'm not really dressed with a shirt and tie. I don't dress to impress, I dress to work because as a show chairman, I am the jack of all trades. If somebody gets sick, guess who is to go work it? I usually get here at 6 in the morning to help set up the tables with their candy and their soft drinks and everything. I have been staying as late as 11 o'clock to help RV park it. You know, as a show chairman, why would I want to leave if they've got 10 RVs there? It's my job to make sure people are happy. And that's the whole thing. People go to shows, become irritated, but at our show, we want you happy. We want you to know that you are wanted at our show. My team that I have put together, the words are us, our, and we. And they will always tell you, we have done this. This is our show, and it's up to us to make it a success. I'm looking at some notes here to guide me along, but one big thing that I believe show chairmen need to be is very transparent. The more open you are, the more people believe, and that's why all these clubs are invited into our show committee meetings. We keep up numerous emails between us because the more you're transparent, the more these people feel safe. And if something does happen, they will have faith and respect, knowing that you will be able to overcome it with them. There is nothing wrong with having hiccups. It's how you solve these hiccups. And you know, I'm not worried about today, but I'm hoping to get on a lot of these national specialties 5-year rotations, because that way we can increase our entries every year, knowing that this group is coming back every 5 years. I usually return calls within 24 hours. Basically, I call anybody in the afternoon on my way home because I have an hour of time. But people know that you can reach out to me, you can talk to me, and if I don't know the answers, I'll call AKC to get the answers and stuff like that. A little bit about our facility. We have a beautiful 45,000 square foot building here, which also has a 7,500 square foot conference room that will be divided into 4s where we can allow these clubs to host their dinners, their club meetings, or raffles that they want in there. We now have another 25,000 indoor building that we're using for the first time this year. And if you don't tell anybody, we've had some issues, but you know what? Everybody's happy, and that's the whole thing, is overcoming the issues. We are also having Obedience and Rally this year. We have a Fast Cat that's doing 5 days with 10 runs, and they're talking about over 800 entries. I know yesterday and today, 2 days, they had over 300 entries, which is remarkable. What we're hoping to add in the future will be agility, farm dog certification, and a hunt test and eventually a herding test. So we are always looking at ways to increase our entries through other performance. Another thing is, the more performance we get, the better it will be for the community, because not everybody will be able to have a CH dog, but if you get these titles at the end, that's as important to me as anything else. We are members of the Chamber of Commerce here in Wilson County, so we can become involved into the community. We have the county mayor coming today. We have been on 2 radio interviews for over 20 minutes for the last yesterday and last week. The community has embraced us. We have donated back to the community. We're fixing to get involved into the Kiwanis Club and also the Rotary Club in the next 6 months to be even more involved. So when we're looking at it as being involved in the community, yes, dogs is our main objective, but there's other needs within the community. And if you're going to be strong, you've got to overlook things that are not dog related. And for example, 2 years ago, we had a gigantic tornado came through that destroyed a lot in Mount Juliet. And they had certain trees there that had been there for certain reasons over the years. And we paid to have another 10 trees planted there. And people say, why? Well, it's a community, it had a special meeting. Now those trees are going to have a more special meaning because they're showing that they're donated by TriStar Kennel Club. And people might not know that there's a club up in this area until they see that. So we're trying to get our name out within the community in different ways. One thing I want to say is patience is the most important, because everybody has 1 million questions to ask you. We convince everybody they are wanted at our cluster. And how do we do that? We offer tourism. Well, let me back up. The director of tourism department of Wilson County is actually is paying for our cookout that we're having tomorrow night. That's a government that is paying for us to come in, and they're paying for 200 people, which is remarkable. And we, if you're not accepted into the community, especially by the government, there what else is to be here. So we're very thrilled about that. We also have coffee and donuts every morning, which also allows you to be wanted, because people love coffee. You know, you're grooming your poodle half the morning, you want coffee at 10 o'clock. And it doesn't matter how strong it is, you want coffee. And that means we want you here. So what I'm trying to say is, you got to look at a dog show as a business, and as a business, you got to look at where you're strong and you're weak. And yes, you're going to have, in the beginning, a lot of weak areas, but if you overcome 1, 2, or 3 every year, you become a stronger club. And as a stronger club, people want to join you. And you've got to have this us, our, and we. One thing I would like to say about our club is we've got 10 members that are out of state because they like the way our club acts and they want to be part of it. And believe it or not, all 10 are working at this show, which I think says a lot about our show.
So Thomas, on the tour, I saw in the Obedience and Rally building the sign for the FFA, Future Farmers of America, and the 4-H organizations. What does your cluster do to support those?
Actually, we had to get the FFA's permission to do that building. We pay a price, and that actually goes back to them. Tim McCormick, our assistant show chairman, works at a middle school where they have the FFA, and he is actually got them coming out to help clean up poop this weekend, and we're making another donation. So we're supporting the FFA within Wilson County.
Okay. So now if other future show chairmen would like to reach out to you for any additional educational questions or inside thoughts on how you do negotiations with these contracts with the concurrent specialties, national specialties, or independent specialties, do you have an email that you would like to provide us?
Yes, it would be T as in Tom, OMJO43@AOL.com. And I would like to add one thing. You mentioned about working with contracts and stuff. When you go into a place like this, we have a 5-year contract which puts in our budget. We know for 5 years how much we're going to be paying. And I think that's a key, knowing up front what your budget's going to be. But yes, anybody can give me a email. I will return it. We can talk on the phone when I'm driving home. But I'll be more than glad to help anybody starting out.
On behalf of Club Development and the AKC, we thank you for all of your efforts. I know that I've been personally working with you for at least the last 3 or 4 years. Congratulations on a wonderful cluster, and keep up the great work. We greatly appreciate your time here today.
Thank you very much.